He's been sitting by this fire for 3 nights now, and he hasn't said a word. You'd recognize the look on his face immediately. You've probably worn it yourself. Eyes fixed on nothing. Jaw tight. The specific kind of stillness that only shows up when someone is replaying the same memory over and over, hoping that this time it ends differently. She left 2 days ago, walked off with another band, and didn't look back. And here's the part that might surprise you. What he's feeling right now, alone in the dark 40,000 years ago, is not some primitive, simpler version of heartbreak. It's remarkably close to what you've felt. Same ache, same chest tightness, same inability to think about anything else. Scientists studying this exact feeling have found something strange. When people look at a photo of someone who recently broke their heart, regions of the brain associated with physical pain become active. Not metaphorical pain. Overlapping circuitry with actual physical injury. Researchers have replicated this finding multiple times. Still, the core idea holds up. Your brain genuinely struggles to tell the difference between losing someone and getting hurt. And neither could his. So let's rewind a little and ask the obvious question. Why would evolution ever build something this miserable into us? Picture this same man a few months earlier. Every evening, after a hunt, he'd come back to camp and scan the fire for one specific face. Not because he needed her to physically survive the night, because something in his brain had quietly rewired itself to need her there. That's not poetry, that's chemistry. Bonding with a partner triggers a flood of oxytocin and dopamine, the same general chemical signals involved in the bond between a parent and a newborn child. And that connection isn't a coincidence. Human babies are born almost shockingly helpless. They can't even hold their own heads up for months, unlike most other primates. Raising one took serious, sustained effort from more than one person. Evolutionary biologists believe this extreme helplessness is part of why humans evolved such a powerful chemical bonding system in the first place. Intense attachment likely helped keep partners committed to each other for longer stretches, which, on average, improved outcomes for the people involved. You don't fall in love because it's convenient. You fall in love because, somewhere far back in your ancestry, survival depended on serious teamwork, and evolution made sure that teamwork felt irresistible. One of the lead researchers on this work described romantic rejection as functioning like a genuine addiction. That hollow, can't eat, can't focus feeling after a breakup isn't just sadness. There's a real chemical come-down happening underneath it. Now here's a harder question. If he loved her, did he also get jealous? Almost certainly yes. Scientists studying bonded animals, voles, primates, even fish, have repeatedly linked a hormone called vasopressin to mate guarding behavior. Protective, sometimes possessive responses that activate when a bond feels threatened. Whether this exact mechanism plays out identically in humans is still being studied. Picture him again, weeks before she left, watching her laugh a little too long with that hunter from the next camp over. Something tightens in his chest immediately. That's not him being insecure. That's an ancient alarm system, doing exactly what it likely evolved to do. And it's plausibly the same system that makes you check your ex's profile at 1 in the morning. 40,000 years apart, same alarm bell. And it wasn't just men running this program. Researchers studying mate competition across cultures have found women engage in their own forms of rivalry, often through social strategy rather than direct confrontation. Managing reputation, building alliances, quietly undermining a rival's standing within the group. The methods looked different. The underlying competitive instinct didn't. So if all of this was happening back then, if prehistoric people really were falling in love, getting jealous, getting their hearts broken, do we actually have any proof? Or is this just a nice story we're telling ourselves? In 2007, archaeologists digging at a site near Mantua, Italy, found something they weren't expecting. 2 skeletons, face to face, arms wrapped around each other, legs intertwined, locked in a position someone had clearly, deliberately arranged. Roughly 6,000 years old. Today, they're known as the Lovers of Valdaro, and they remain one of the only double burials of their kind ever discovered. Nobody can say for certain what their relationship was. Some researchers lean toward a romantic interpretation. Others caution that we can't fully rule out other explanations, including ritual or symbolic practices we don't yet understand. But here's what we do know for certain. Someone, 6,000 years ago, made the deliberate choice to bury these 2 people locked together, in a position that took real time and care to create. Whatever the full story was, it tells us human beings have been marking love, loss, and connection in deeply intentional ways for a very long time. Which brings us back to him, alone by the fire, 3 nights in. He doesn't know about oxytocin or dopamine or vasopressin. He just knows it hurts, and he doesn't fully understand how something that once felt so good could end up feeling like this. But you know now, his brain wasn't broken. Neither is yours. You're both likely running closely related ancient circuitry, built over an enormous span of time to make bonds strong enough to survive on, and just painful enough to break that you'd think twice before walking away from one carelessly. Roughly 6,000 years ago, two people were buried embracing each other. Long before that, someone almost certainly sat exactly where he's sitting now, alone, by a dying fire, aching over someone who was gone. Tonight, in some form, so are you. Maybe. Civilizations changed. Languages changed. Almost everything about being human has changed. Heartbreak didn't. And if you want to be the person in the room who actually knows this stuff, hit subscribe.